Hi, I'm the Book Tart, and I'm going to give you my review of Taryn Elliott's Suspended. Also wanted to tell you about my new skirt. It's from ModCloths, and it's polka dots, and I'm all about the polka dots. And there is a matching headband. So anyway, if you're interested in a cute little A-line skirt, ModCloths has some darling things. It's kind of dangerous for my pin-up wardrobe. Okay, I want to tell you about a novel I read over the weekend that I absolutely loved. I finished it and I was calling my friends and saying, you need to read this book. You need to read Suspended by Taryn Elliott. So the cover of it is yummy. It's of the hero and heroine, and it's pretty hot. And this novel is from Loose Id, I believe is how you say it. And it's a contemporary romance with heart and heat and passion and humor and hope, and I didn't want it to end, and I want everyone who reads romance to read Suspended and fall in love, and we can all gang up on Taryn and ask her to write faster. So the hero and heroine's name are Shane and Kendall, and it starts out with Kendall traveling across the country from the East Coast to the West to hear her father's will read. The father who abandoned her and her mother when she was a child. And she gets a couple shocks. She finds out that her father had made a new life for himself and adopted a son. And Shane had no idea of her existence and vice versa. And so at the reading of the will, they find out that her father had some financial trouble. And all he could leave to his children was the property she's been living on and has a bed and breakfast on. And so now they have to share that. And so there's all that pain and that disbelief at the fact that Shane can't believe his father had a biological daughter and didn't tell him about it. Also that his father had financial troubles and didn't tell him. So he's feeling hurt and overwhelmed, and there's all that pain. And for Kendall, and just grieved for them. My stomach was in knots. There's a spark chemistry between the two of them that singes the pages, and within the first couple chapters they act on that. And I adored Kendall. I loved her spunk and her fire for life and her decision to just take each moment as they come and act on that chemistry between them. And Shane's sense of bemusement and awe at her was a delight. He can't believe some of her attitude for life. It's just so that heat starts to thaw some of him and connect him back to his emotions, and seeing them get deeper and deeper into a relationship where they think this is just going to be a fling, and as they start to build feelings and emotion on either side. Really, really good. And I'll never look at a truck and a bench seat the same way. Yeah, that was very hot. So they travel across the country to go to his inheritance that they have to share, and the challenges they meet on the way and how they face them. And I just loved it, loved everything about this book, and didn't want to leave these characters. I want more of them, and their secondary characters, his friend Kane, her friend Bells. I want more. So I really hope Taryn writes more. So I wanted to read you a little bit from this novel, and it's from the beginning where they're dealing with the will, and they're trying to find out a little bit more about what that means to the two of them. So this is Kendall. You don't know me well enough to make that comment. She turned to Kane and tipped her head back. You need to give us some answers, and straight ones, before I let him loose on you. She pointed her thumb behind herself at Shane. Yep, spunky. Kane looked over her head at Shane. I like her. Can we talk about me later? She growled. For the first time, Shane's mouth quirked up at the corner. You heard the lady. Shane, your dad knew about the furniture. Shane's face closed off. What the hell were they talking about now? Kendall took the glass away from Shane and drank down a little too much. She coughed before handing it back to him. Will you two stop with the word games? Shane and I are now officially joined at the hip thanks to my father's idiotic will. I deserve to be in on this discussion. Shane tossed back the rest of his glass. Looks like we're staying here tonight. He grabbed the decanter and another glass and headed into the kitchen. Seriously, if he doesn't stop walking away from me, I'm going to toss him through your glass window and see if he'd like an up-close and personal taste with the ocean. Love, love, love Kendall and Shane, and just wanted to hold him and keep him, and she nicknames him a really great nickname, Oscar, and you'll find out why. And yeah, read Suspended by Taryn Elliott and fall in love. Thanks from the Book Tart.